Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls, Golden, what if, whatever you wanna call me, and I'm back with What If Deku. Well, I'm back with a brand new What If Deku was Kurama's Jinchuriki. And straight off the bat, make sure to hit that like and sub button. We're on the road to 10,000, and like I said in a community post, if we get to 15k by the end of the year, I'll do a little giveaway. We've been growing like crazy recently, and it's all because of y'all, and I appreciate all the love and support you guys give on every single video. No matter what, it's unconditional. Y'all try your best to blow it up. Y'all comment, y'all do all this stuff, and it's just great to see all the love and support. And real quick, a little notice, if you're new here, I have a tendency of changing things in terms of the canon and just to fit certain universes and to make things a little better, in my opinion. So if y'all see that and you're just like getting here and you're seeing that, then just realize I do that sometimes. That's just one of those things that I do, and I do that for a reason, to maybe spice up the story or power balance things. I still get a couple comments from people saying like, oh, this isn't true, or this isn't. Trust me, I know it's not true, or I know, like, I understand. If I know that if I didn't realize that I was wrong, I'll definitely comment and be like, oh shoot, that's my fault. But the mass majority of the time, there's a reason, there's some logic to the madness, I promise. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for all the support on all these series, and I'm super excited for this one, and I hope y'all are as well. And I'm not gonna waste any more of your time, and let's get into the what if. Let's get it. Long ago, there was a world in which people there were split up into various different villages. Peace was always trying to be found, but peace would not always stay. There was a boy who by lived in his own village was seen as a monster, ignored, neglected, and went through hell because of a demon fox within him. This boy grew up to save his village, eventually becoming the leader of that village, known as the Hokage. On this journey, he befriended someone who was deemed as a monster, deemed as a demon. Naruto Uzumaki befriended what people know as the nine-tailed fox. The fox that once tried to kill him and even killed his parents was now friends with the boy who was forced to keep him captive. Until one day, Naruto's true colors showed when he decided to take on a new form that was said to lead him to his grave. The nine-tailed fox told him that if he uses this form to protect the ones he loves, he will die. After using the form, he didn't die. But the nine-tailed fox, other known as Kurama, told him that he would be the one who died in this. Naruto pleaded for him to stay, but Kurama began fading into smoke. As this happened, Kurama was brought back, awakening into another vessel. But even Kurama knew that this world was not his own. He was brought back to life, but was sent into a brand new universe. In this world, 80% of the population had a superpower known as a quirk. But Kurama wasn't exactly a quirk, but he was placed within someone who doesn't even have a quirk. That boy's name was Izuku Midoriya, and he is now the new Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Mom, I can't wait to see what my amazing quirk is. Yes, honey, come on, let's go. They head to the doctors, and when they arrive, they are greeted by the quirk doctor. Welcome. I assume you are here to get to know your little one's quirk. Yes, are you ready, Izuku? Yeah! The doctor brings Izuku into the other room, and they begin doing tests. The doctor then realizes that this kid, he's quirkless. They walk out and the doctor breaks the news. I'm sorry, but Izuku is quirkless. Izuku breaks down in tears, and his mom thanks the doctor, and they leave. They arrive home, and Inko tells Izuku that it's okay, and she will make his favorite food for him. Okay, Mom, but I'm just gonna go to my room. Izuku walks to his room with his head down in sadness. He sits down on his bed with his legs crossed and continues to cry. I just want to be a hero. As he says this, a creature appears on his lap, looking like a baby reddish-orangish fox with 9 tails. Izuku is slightly startled, but the fox jumps on him, but then disappears back into his body. Huh? What was that? A voice then begins speaking in his head, sounding very similar to a kid of his age. Are you the fox I just saw? The fox tells Izuku that his name is Kurama, and he is currently living within his body. Whoa, you're my Quirk? The fox explains the story of how he got there, and that he technically isn't a Quirk, but he will teach him how to use its powers. Kurama then explains that as Izuku grows up, he will rapidly grow up as well, and basically gaining more and more of his full strength. Whoa, so we are going to be powerful? Kurama thinks to himself that this kid reminds him of a lot of Naruto. Kurama explains to Izuku that they will need to work hard to control his power, and that when overran with emotion, his power can get out of hand. I will do my best, I promise. Kurama tells him that he believes him, and that when he is older, they will begin training in something called chakra. Izuku agrees, and Kurama says to keep him a secret for now. But when he is older, he can tell his mom and whoever else that his quirk is something called chakra. Okay, but why? Kurama just says that it's basically is the best way to go about it. Even because he even knows people have a tendency of turning on others when they know someone has a demon fox within them. Izuku says that he will keep the secret, and for years he continued to get bullied, but Kurama would heal his wounds very quickly, so the beatings weren't so bad. When Izuku turned 8, Kurama spoke to him. You know, kid, I'm very proud of you. Never getting angry about being bullied and always keeping that smile on your face. You got it. I want to be just like All Might, so there's no room for me to be gloomy. Well, that's good to hear. Now I think you're ready to begin training. From the age of 8 to 14, Izuku would train, telling his mom that he would just basically go to the park. Kurama began teaching Izuku what chakra is and how to use it, starting with the basics of climbing a tree and water walking. Kurama was very surprised that Izuku, someone with no experience, learned how to do all of this very quickly. When he turned about 10 years old, he began his real training. Kurama basically helped him create a kunai that is made from a red type of chakra, allowing him to practice with it without actually using something like a real knife that would get him into trouble. Izuku learns martial arts to the extent that Kurama knows, and eventually he began learning other techniques and began learning more and more hand signs. By the time he was 13, he knew multi-shadow clone jutsu, an imperfect Rasengan, and how to enter the one-tailed cloak without actually going crazy. Kurama tells him that the more he trains, the better he will be able to control his power, but for now, this is the limit to what he can use without losing control of himself. But kid, there is one more thing I would like you to learn. What is that, Kurama? It's going to be difficult, because I was just a bystander while watching my original host learn it, but it's something called Sage Mode. Sage Mode? Yes, it allows you to bend nature energy and combine it with your chakra, and eventually it will combine with my chakra as well. But just realize that during this training, keeping your humanity is very difficult. How so? Well, if you let the nature energy overtake you, you could become a toad forever. Midoriya is shocked but agrees to give it his best shot. Kurama tells him that for the next 2 years they will ease him into learning it and hopefully he'll have it mastered, allowing him to basically avoid going over the one-tailed cloak form if the power is, well, truly needed. Midoriya agrees and asks if combining the two powers is a good idea, and Kurama tells him that's a conversation for another day. The 2 years pass and Midoriya has a good grasp on how to use Sage Mode, and during this training Kurama would constantly slap him using a chakra tail when he would turn into a toad, when he was about to turn into a toad. The day then finally came and his teacher announced the end of middle school. "Hello class, I'm sure you all are very excited about the end of this year. I was going to hand out career aptitude tests, but I know all of you want to go the hero route." Everyone begins celebrating and using their quirks. Okay, calm down. We even have 2 students trying for UA. Bakugo and Midoriya. Bakugo stands on his desk and says that he is the best and he'll be the #1 hero, but then he realizes that the teacher also said Midoriya. "What the hell, Deku? I told you to give up on being a hero." Midoriya continues to ignore him and just starts talking with Kurama in his head. Bakugo blasts Midoriya's desk. "Don't ignore me, Deku." Midoriya looks up but doesn't even respond. Bakugo scoffs and just sits down at the teacher's request. The rest of the class goes normally, but finally they are let out. Midoriya is grabbing his notebook and is about to leave, but he is stopped by Bakugo and his goons. "Where you think you're going, Deku? I'm not letting you go anywhere." "Come on, Kachan, let me go home." "Don't call me that, you damn nerd." Bakugo tries to punch him, but Midoriya dodges under his arm and begins walking past him, but his goons stop him at the door. "What, so you think you're cool because you know some martial arts? How about you just jump out that window and die?" Kid?" "Yes, Kurama?" "Just jump out the window." "Oh, okay." Midoriya walks basically to the window and leaves. Bakugo looks, but Midoriya is already gone, and they stand there very confused. Sometimes I forget that I'm actually not affected by falls like that. "Yeah, I can tell, kid." Midoriya basically continues walking home, but goes the long way because he's writing something in his journal. He walks under a bridge until out of nowhere a villain comes out of the sewer. "Kid, I need your body. I didn't know he was here." Midoriya stares at the sludge villain as it charges at him, but before it can get to him, he stops in its tracks. "What the hell is that?" The sludge villain begins to tremble in fear at the sight of Kurama's aura behind Midoriya. "Rasengan!" Midoriya uses an imperfect Rasengan and it spins the sludge villain like crazy, leading to it exploding. A little further away, All Might is actually currently watching and runs over. "Did you do this, kid?" "Oh yeah, the villain attacked me, so..." "Impressive, truly impressive. Are you considering going to UA?" "Actually I am. I will be going to the entrance exam in 10 months? "How about this, kid? I want you to enter on my recommendation." "Whoa, are you serious, All Might? That would be amazing." "It's my pleasure, kid. I know you will be a great addition to UA." Midoriya then helps All Might clean up the mess and he gives Midoriya his number and heads off. "Kurama, did you see that? All Might is going to let me in on recommendation." "Kid, I'm in your body. Of course I saw that. But yes, I'm proud of you." "We did it, Kurama." Midoriya finally gets home and tells his mom that he met All Might and he's recommending him for UA. "That's great, honey, even without a quirk?" "Oh, about that." Both Kurama and Midoriya then think to themselves that they forgot to tell her. I actually have a quirk. It awakened when I was 14. I just didn't tell anybody about it." Inko gets mad, flicking him in the head, but she then tells him that it's okay as long as he has a quirk. His phone buzzes and Midoriya looks to see that it's All Might. All Might explains that he put in his recommendation and that he will begin school about 10 months from now, and to train hard because UA is not the only thing he is trying to achieve. Midoriya thanks him, and for the next 10 months, Midoriya trains his Sage Mode, perfecting his Rasengan, and learning various other techniques that will allow him to enhance his skills in battle, and actually began trying to learn a couple of his own and creating a couple of his own. The 10 months pass, and it's finally time for Midoriya's first day at UA. He arrives very early. Only one person actually is there before him, and it's this blue-haired kid.
Hello, I'm Tenya Ida. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Zuku Midoriya, it's nice to meet you as well.
Oh, you must be a recommended student.
Yeah, I did get recommended. Midoriya sits down and Tenya continues to ask questions until he's finally asked who recommended him. Oh, All Might did. Tenya is shocked and says that he must be impressive if All Might recommended him. Midoriya smiles and says thank you. The rest of the class begins to basically enter, and then Bakugo enters. Seeing Midoriya, he is pissed. He runs over and grabs his collar.
How did you get in here, you damn quirkless loser?
I got in on recommendation, but I'm actually not quirkless. Frankly, I never said I was either, just never denied it when you said it. Bakugo gets even more pissed and is about to use his quirk, but it doesn't work. He is then grabbed by a scarf.
Enough. Sit down or I'll expel you.
Bakugo sits down, and the person introduces himself.
I am Shotai Zawa, your teacher for the next 3 years. Now I want all of you to introduce yourselves.
Everyone does so, and it's now Izuku's turn. Hello, I'm Izuku Midoriya, and my quirk is called Chakra. Most of the class asks what does it do, and he basically says that it does too many things to count. But it's basically human energy within the body that can be used to create blasts or allow me to do different things a normal human couldn't. He sits down and Aizawa tells everyone to meet him outside for a test. They all kind of sigh, but they all head out. They all go outside and he basically explains that he will be testing their quirks. He throws the ball to Bakugo and tells him to throw it. He does so while yelling die, and Aizawa shows that he threw the ball 900 meters.
Yeah, better than all you extras.
Now Midoriya, you're up. Midoriya was currently meditating, walks up. Aizawa asks why he was doing that and what's up with his eyes, and he says that it's a little trick he learned a while back. Midoriya channels a small Rasengan over the ball and launches it.
Wow, impressive. 1,500 meters.
Bakugo is enraged and charges at Midoriya, about to explode him, but Aizawa actually doesn't stop him. Midoriya throws a punch, but Bakugo dodges, but the energy around Midoriya still hits him, sending him flying. Aizawa slightly smirks, knowing that this kid is the real deal. The rest of the quirk test goes on and Izuku ends up getting first, very easily actually, and Aizawa tells the class that they are dismissed and to leave now. While Izuku is walking about, someone actually approaches him. She introduces herself as Momo Yayarozu and that she is also a fellow recommended student, so they should befriend each other. Yeah, sure, take my number. They exchange numbers and Midoriya leaves. Kurama makes fun of him, saying that his heartbeat went up a little bit when talking to her, and Midoriya tells him that it's nothing like that. The next day he heads into class and Aizawa greets the class.
Today is going to be a little different. You all will be having a different teacher, and he should be here soon.
The door swings open and it's followed by All Might.
I am here, walking through the door like a normal person.
Midoriya smiles and the whole class says All Might. He tells everyone to basically get on their hero costumes and meet him at Ground Gamma. Midoriya goes and gets changed, and he is wearing something very similar to the outfit Naruto wears against pain, but including a nice metal mask. He quickly changes and walks to Ground Gamma.
Hello, young Midoriya.
Hey All Might, how have you been?
I've been well. I saw how well you did in the Quirk assessment. It's very impressive.
Thanks, All Might. The rest of the class arrives, and All Might explains what is going to happen.
Today, we will be doing combat training. It is going to be 2 versus 2 battles. Choose your teams, and then you can choose your opponents.
Midoriya looks around, not sure actually who to choose, but Momo runs up to him asking basically to be on his team. He says sure, not really knowing anyone else, and All Might says to pick your opponents.
Bakugo and Kirishima, you choose first.
We want the nerd and that girl who creates things. Bakugo walks out to the city, and Kirishima apologizes for his rudeness. Midoriya smiles, but Momo is actually pretty worried about how they will win, and Midoriya tells her that she can come up with a plan and it should be easy enough. She nods and they walk out. All Might gives both teams time to strategize, but Bakugo just says he's going to kill them, and Momo comes up with a plan to beat them both. Kurama chimes in and says that they don't really need a plan, but Midoriya tells him it's fine. All Might then begins counting down.
3, 2, 1, begin!
And that is a wrap on part 1 of What If Deku was Kurama's Jinchuriki. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button. Also comment down below everything y'all can do. Hit the sub, hit the like, hit the comment. All that stuff helps in terms of the algorithm, in terms of getting we trying to grow this community. The bigger we are, the better. You know, the golden Frieza army grows every single day. That's about it. And if y'all enjoyed this, like I said, just let me know below what y'all want to see next, any future suggestions, stuff like that. Also check the description below for some anime apparel if you so choose. And yeah, that's about it. And I hope all y'all have an amazing day. Later.